Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
This is a bunch of bullshit.
Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the Titty and Shiner Show, the best podcast west of Podcast Avenue. My name is Big Titty, and I don't have achondroplasia phobia.
Well, I'm entering the ring tonight at 0-1 against a pack of midgets, and my name is Shiner.
These people don't even know yet. They don't even have a clue.
Some of them do. Some of them do, because some of them follow us on social media.
Most of these people don't have a clue, and I'm telling you what, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for the best podcast you've ever heard in your life. At the very end.
Oh, wait. Look who's rolling in the studio. Look who just walked in the door of the studio.
Better late than never, Mr. Smith.
This will go in your performance evaluation. I just want you to know that.
What's wrong, dude? Oh, God, he just slammed his door. Shit. You okay?
Somebody had a long day in the airplane.
Apparently so, and unfortunately, we didn't see him over the weekend. Everybody goes and does their own thing. Well, we were doing work shit over the weekend, and I'm telling you this much, ladies and gentlemen, we went to Holdenville, Oklahoma, to shoot a podcast or do a podcast watching Extreme Midget Wrestling, and it turned into an episode of 420 Eats. I'm not kidding you.
A great episode at that.
A multimedia commercial.
Bingo.
A hookup for another multimedia commercial.
Bingo.
And then the midget show. And unfortunately, Donnie does have achondroplasia, which is a fear of midgets, and he would not go. I mean, it wasn't like, no, it's hell no. If you make me, I'll quit.
Well, back up. This is like an official diagnosis. This is a real thing. Yeah. Like, we're not just giving him shit.
Straight up, like PTSD, locks up in his own tracks and can't take care of himself and might actually piss himself.
And we've had people talk about how bad we jack around with Johnny and just are always picking on him. This is such a real deal that Titty or I, neither one, have even tried to press him for the story as to what caused this, because we just have so much respect for the fact that he really has it.
Yeah. And Donnie, honestly, much respect. We didn't even screw with you on the podcast, dude. Okay, maybe a little bit, but not much. But yeah, we know it's a real thing for you, just like some stuff is real for me. And some stuff is real for Shiner, and we don't breach that zone with each other. So,
gentleman's agreement.
I get it. And actually, the word, ladies and gentlemen, is achondroplasia phobia. That is it's also called nanosophobia or lollipop gildophobia.
Okay, we did sneak that one.
I snuck that one in. I had to, dude. I had to.
People will understand, like, after this episode, people will understand at the end why I may need to be seen by a medical professional to see if I now have this affliction.
Yes, and you will notice, probably 3/4 of the way into the podcast that we recorded there, because you're going to get both the live from us now and the recorded from us then. You're going to go through some areas where all you can hear is just the stuff in the background. Trust me, we will let you know exactly what's going on during that period of time. It's called the longest 23 seconds of our lives, and we will explain that when we get to it. But I got to tell you, man.
I'm not up to speed. Are we going to commentate our commentation of the midget wrestling?
Yes, and so what?
I like this.
What we're going to do is we are going to roll unbroken for the first time in Titty and Shiner show history. We are going to roll unbroken so that I can watch Shiner and Shiner can watch me, so we can flag each other down when we have something to say. And then I'm going to pause that podcast so that we can come in with things to say.
Like BTS info and...
Yeah. I don't know
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. I thought you were talking about that stupid Korean fucking group, BTS.
I thought I was thinking BTK. I mean, kind of. You listen to that little Asian group, you kind of feel like you need to be killed BTK. But I digress. Where are we going?
I have no idea. We're going to Funnyville, that's for sure. We are in search of the Yellow Brick Road, and ladies and gentlemen, we found it. We found that shit. One thing I got to say is thank you very much to Bill and Miranda Freeman and all the fine folks at Hemingway's Neighborhood Bar and Social Club, or Social Club and Neighborhood Bar, depending on how you read the sign. You might be dyslexic. Some of the dopest food we've ever had at a bar. Straight
You guys
up.
like food? You like food that's outside the box? Be sure to watch this. It's going to be episode 4 now at 420 Eats.
That's why this turned into a 420 Eats show. We had no idea how elevated the menu was at this bar. And we were like, well, since we got camera equipment and all that's bullshit, we'll just record an episode. Literally.
They were kind enough to be like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
so that's it. And, we've been so fortunate, man, because every place we've been so far that we've worked, these places that we go on location with, they've all been so nice to us, man, and so accommodating. And Hemingway's was no different by any means. I mean, they took care of us to the nth degree, and I really appreciate that, man.
Not only that, you and I had, when we quit working, we actually started paying for our drinks.
10-4.
And so, we each put our credit card down, and because I suck as a boss. And and anyways, at the end of the night, I got a hold of Miranda, and I said, honey, I forgot to
tab out.
And she was like, well, you got your card back, right? And I said, yeah. She said, yeah, it's already taken care of. And so I've been looking at my charge statement. Nothing.
Man, see, there's good people, and then there's great people, and then there's, I guess it'd be exceptional. I mean, and they're in that category, man. They're just great people, man. Not many people like that around anymore, man. I'm fortunate to have their acquaintance and their friendship, and man, we've always had a good time around them. And we keep going on and on, man. They took great care of us Friday night. Well,
for Shiner and I, and he feels the same way as I do on this. If we're going to shoot a 420 episode, I expect you to come and bring your stuff. And I shouldn't have to pay for it since I'm shooting basically a commercial for your business. But after everything's said and done, we're going to hang around for a while. That's on us. That's not on you anymore. We're not shooting a commercial anymore. So I'm going to pay for my own drinks.
Well, yeah, I mean, we could leave if we wanted. I mean, nobody's keeping us there.
Yeah, but I'm not going to take advantage of people's hospitality. So, and we stayed because we had the midget wrestling to do. And... yeah, did I say there's midget wrestling? There is midget wrestling.
Was that the night we saw midget wrestling? That was the night we saw midget wrestling.
Midget wrestling, yes. But anyways, so while we're at this bar called Hemingway's in Holdenville, Oklahoma, there just happened to be a midget wrestling match breakout. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that several times, but I just want to be clear.
We did see some midget wrestling Friday.
That there were some short people that was flinging each other across a ring. I'm not going to say at bullet speed. It was more like speed of vomit, but
still cool to watch.
Yeah, it's still cool to watch, and it's still cool to see that somebody 3 feet tall can lift somebody 3.5 feet tall off the ground and bring them safely back to the earth. So landing is a little hard sometimes, but they all made it through. Everybody lived, and everybody was fine. There might have been one that walked out with several bruises, but we'll get on that later. But like I said, thank you to the staff, everybody there at Hemingway's. We made some good friends, did some good networking. People who didn't know about us now. I happened to drop the probably the world's worst word that you can drop in an echoey venue right at the moment that everybody in the place got quiet. So that happened. And we laugh about that too. But let me bring you some of this stuff. We're gonna start off. It's about a 3.5 minute segment or whatever of us coming in to the podcast there, telling you about the goings on and how everybody's getting excited and the crowd and whatnot. And then when that's over, we'll come back and talk about it and then bring you on to the next little segment. So without further ado, here's the beginning of the podcast in Holdenville, Oklahoma for Extreme Midget Wrestling. Hi, and welcome back to the Titty and Shiner Show on location in Holdenville, Oklahoma for Extreme Midget Wrestling. My name is Big Titty, your master of ceremonies here, and with me, as always, is my man, my best friend, the dude that I can't do this without.
Shiner.
Y'all know him.
And we are hanging out with midgets tonight, you guys. Full-fledged midgets. Card-carrying members. One of them showed me his card, like he's an official midget.
We are at Hemingway's neighborhood bar. How do you say that? Is it Hemingway's?
Social club and neighborhood bar.
Neighborhood bar and social club. Hemingway's neighborhood bar and social club. With two great friends that own this, Bill and Miranda Freeman. I've known them for years and years. And they ventured into the bar business, and now they're putting on events here at their bar. This bar is huge, by the way. That bar is big enough to hold a couple of hundred people, and then there is an event center connected to the bar and a complete full kitchen that makes some of the dopest food around. Do you think we were going to let go of that and not do a 420 Eats episode? You're wrong.
We literally came down here and banged out. As of this time yesterday, I think we had just started to hatch the plan. Show up today, hit the ground running, and we bang out an episode of 420 Eats. And you guys are going to want to watch this. I ate some of the most amazing, you're going to hear me right, mac and cheese that I've ever had. You have to watch the episode to check it out.
Yep. I'll tell you what, if you like mac and cheese, this is the best mac and cheese around. Do you like smoked barbecue? Do you?
I do.
Do you like burnt ends?
I love them.
Have you ever thought about topping burnt ends on top of mac and cheese?
I'm not, you're like, I don't want people to take this the wrong way, but like, that stuff was so good, it almost pisses you off when you eat it. Like, it's just so good. You're like, God damn it, that makes me mad it's so good.
Oh, yeah. Like I could have freaking invented this shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's not rocket science, but it goes so well together.
Now we're just we're waiting on the midgets to come out. Oh, got a little Queen in the background. If you can listen. Got a buff dude in a muscle T-shirt. Bet he came in a really big, tall, jacked up truck.
I bet he did too. Look at him.
Yeah.
Like he wore a muscle shirt to midget wrestling. Like, who are you trying to intimidate, bro?
These people are gonna go nuts when the midgets come out.
Can you feel the energy in here right now? Can you feel it? Like, this is hilarious.
We have been waiting for this for 3 months.
Oh, with butterflies in my stomach.
It is insane.
This is about to go off the chain. I'm not joking, you guys. You can feel these people getting excited for this.
Yeah, because the room is full. There's not a chair empty.
No, I was looking around too.
And then we have standing room only beyond that. And this stage is micro-sized. It's quite a bit smaller than a standard wrestling ring.
Well, it's all relative, dude. They had to scale it down.
Yep, the stanchions and
it's like
the ropes. They're closer together.
How do they size models? Like, is it like a 1/20th? Is this 1/20th scale?
Yeah, probably. This is probably. Oh, I'm gonna call it 3/4 scale.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Maybe half.
That's okay though. We're gonna take a break real quick. We will be back with Extreme Midget Wrestling on the Titty and Shiner Show.
Boom.
So that was the first little bit of this, and it just gets better from there. Donnie, I'm going to tell you right now, since you weren't there are going to be a massive volley of F-bombs and S-bombs, and please leave those for this episode because it adds to the color, you know.
just let it run amok, bud.
The F word is like, for me, it's kind of like a red, yellow, and blue that just kind of melts together. It adds color to this thing, and I need it to be less black and white and more red, yellow, and blue for it to really come across in a good way. So if you can do that, Donnie, I would certainly appreciate that.
It just helps convey the excitement and the shock, and it just helped convey the emotion of the whole event.
It was crazy. So and you will hear some dead air from us. That is okay. We did not go anywhere.
Well, some of us didn't.
You know, it was live. We did